What is going on, everybody? Scary Spike's back with you for some more Friday Night Magic. And tonight we're playing a Goblins deck. Oh no. Mono red Goblins. Sounds good to me. So this looks like an okay opening hand. We've pretty much got enough mana to play everything except for our Act of Treason. So we're going to keep this hand. And there's no sense in playing this right now. So I think I'm just going to play our Foundry Street Denizen, which is a 1/1, and whenever another goblin or another red creature actually enters the battlefield, he gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So the idea of this deck, obviously, just to melt faces. It's pretty much the only idea. Just to crush in early game. It's sort of like a balls to the wall, all-in strategy. If it doesn't win by turn 4 or 5, it's probably not going to be winning anytime soon. In fact, the deck doesn't do very well into the mid to the late game. It doesn't do very well. So we're going to go to attacks first. That was kind of silly of me, though. Usually I don't play stuff before combat, but I should have played something to pump up our Foundry Street Denizen. So that was kind of silly, but that's okay. We'll just we'll play our Goblin Arsonist. So again, just a 1/1 for 1, very small creature. I'm not going to play anything else this turn so that I can play both of these next turn. Or at least I can play one of them with a kicker, so these guys will get pumped up. And what he does is when he dies, you get to assign 1 damage either to a creature or a player. So that's not too bad. It basically makes trades a little bit more versatile, especially with something like this. So chances are he's probably going to block if we decide to attack. But if he does block, it's okay. We've just got more fodder anyway. So let's play this beforehand. And we're going to pay the kicker. So this is going to pump everything up and give it haste as well, which it'll give himself haste. He'll give himself haste, my goodness. And then of course trigger on the Foundry Street Denizen here. He grows in size as well. And then we're going to swing for a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage on turn 3. That's not too bad. So he's going to block. He's going to kill our 3/1, unfortunately, our Foundry Street Denizen. But 4 damage will go through, and he'll gain 2, so technically he's only taking 2. But at least that's 1 less creature that he can use to... I don't know, maybe he's got pump up in that deck, maybe he can do something ridiculous with life gain. Although, I don't know, it's red-black, so... It doesn't seem to me like there'd be too many options for life gain there, but there are definitely some good black cards. Speaking of good black cards... Bloodflow Connoisseur. Sacrifice a creature, put a 1/1 counter on Bloodflow Connoisseur, not too bad. Good for using with creatures that have good sack outlets, so you know, pretty much when it dies, do this. Like Bloodghast would be a good example for that, because you can just pump this up by 1, play your land, your Bloodghast comes back, and if your opponent's at 10 life or less, you can actually crush in as well. So, I think what I can do, I'm still stuck on 2 lands, which just kind of sucks. So I'm going to pay this with Kicker, and I'm just going to keep swinging in and doing more damage. So again, this is going to give everything haste, including itself, and then we're going to swing with everything. So not too much, 6 damage, but again, he's gonna have to choose to block something unless he wants to take a large amount of damage. I don't think he's going to block with this since he can pump it up, which is fine because we've got another one of these coming up, and then we've also got a Skullcrack, which deals 3 damage and prevents life gain for the turn. And then of course the Act of Treason, when and if our deck decides to give us a 3rd land. We'll be able to take something scary, like that, and hit him with it. So hopefully we draw a land. Because if we draw a land, that would be glorious. The thing is, this thing needs to attack every turn. 5/3 for 4. So, that is not a land. But... yeah, I guess we just keep playing these guys. I mean, this is our last one, obviously. I think it is. No, I think we might have actually one more in the deck. I'm not entirely sure. But again, everything gets haste, so we just keep crushing in. He's at 11, so... I mean, he's going to have to block something here, not to take... I don't think it's lethal yet. 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. So he's going to take 6. He hasn't even hit us yet, so I'm really not too worried about taking 5 damage initially. In worst case scenario, like I said, we can... Well, actually, I think we can get him down to 5. We can double Skullcrack and just win the game. So unless he has any kind of life gain other than the Child of Night, what's he gonna play? Okay, Vampire gets +2/+1. and has Intimidate as long as you have Oh, as long as I have 10 or less life. Okay. Well, fortunately, I think we'll have him dead by the time we have 10 or less life. But again, if we can draw an extra land, and this is the nice thing about this kind of red beatdown deck, you know, you don't need a lot of land. Typically, if you have about 3 or 4 land, you're pretty much right on curve, and you don't need anything else, and you can start ditching lands. What's he gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna attack. We can't block. It's fine. We take 5. And he's got 2 blockers. Come on, give us a land. All I need is a land right now. Okay. Well, it's not land. But let's just attack. I don't think it's gonna be... You know what? Oh yeah, that's fine. Because if the Goblin Arsonist dies... So let's just swing with the Goblin Arsonist. Because when this thing dies, it does 1 more damage. Although, I don't know, I probably should have swung with everything else too, but we're going to see what he decides to do. He's just going to let it go through. And then... Let's play Krenko's Command. And then next turn we can attack with the Goblin Arsonist again. If he blocks, we'll do 1 damage, and then we'll Skullcrack for the win. This way we're a little bit safer. We don't take too much damage. I don't want his Vampire to come online with +2/+1 either, because it could get pretty scary. So we've got a pretty sizable lead. We can just... Okay. What's he gonna do? Oh no, don't kill my 1/1 with a 5-mana spell. Well, that just breaks my heart. Oh, doesn't want to play the shock? Well, at least I know it's in his hand now, so you might as well play it. Is he sacking to Bloodflow Connoisseur? What is he doing here? Dracul, make up your mind. You know what? Let's just triple block for fun. Because why not? No, because he's probably just going to shock it. That's fine. I'll just block with the 1 token. I was thinking we could just kill his big 5/3, but then we will have so many ways to win next turn, especially if we draw a land. So we can take his 5/3 and then just crush in, or we can just Skullcrack him, attacking with the Goblin Arsonist. So we're not going to get a land, but that's fine. We're going to go to attacks. And we're going to attack with that. And whether he blocks it at this point or not, we just win the game. Yeah, so he's going to block it. Oh. What's he going to do? Okay, he's going to pump his Bloodflow Connoisseur so that it doesn't die. Okay. Or no. Oh, he just sacked it to Bloodflow Connoisseur. So there was no combat damage assigned. Well, that's annoying. You know what? Screw it. Let's just Skullcrack him. We've got another one anyway. That was a clever move. So he blocked the damage from going through. But he sacked it to Bloodflow Connoisseur so that the damage wouldn't be assigned to this guy. Which means he wouldn't die, which means he wouldn't... Oh, what is he doing? He's gonna kill something. That's okay. There's only got 1 card left in hand and we've got the win. Unless he miraculously... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What's funny is... well, he shouldn't attack. What is he doing? Because this thing's gonna... I mean, I'm gonna attack with this first. He's gonna block. I mean, yeah, we're at 10 life. I don't think he's got any... He's got an empty hand. He's not gonna do anything. He's dead. And I'm pretty sure he knows he's dead. And he's either gonna just pass the turn or leave. I don't know. There we go. So let's go to attacks. He's obviously gonna have to block. So it's just funny that we win with Goblin Arsonist to do the final point of damage. But yeah, this is the point, you know, beat down and forced to block and all sorts of stuff. I think he realizes it's over. Okay, he's gonna block. Well, if you want to do it the hard way, bro, no problem. Okay, damage effects. It'd be great if you could turn it off. Players. And good game. Okay, moving on to game 2. Alright, we're back for game 2, and we've got all the answers and no lands. So we're gonna draw a new hand. This is a terrible hand. Oh my god. Let's draw a new hand. Oh my goodness, one land? Really? I think I'm running like 20 lands in here. I don't know. I don't understand why I'm not getting any lands. Let's draw it again. Okay, this is absolutely terrible, but I guess we'll keep it. This is definitely not as aggressive as we'd like to start off with, but the Krenko's command will give us 2 tokens. And, okay, there we go. So at least we're not drawing into lands. The nice thing is, with 4 lands in hand, even though we don't have a very aggressive start, we'll at least be able to play pretty much whatever we draw off the top of our deck. So he's playing black, blue, and green. And he's gonna ditch some stuff out of his library. Ooh, well, I'm glad that was one of them. It's an interesting deck. Cultivate. Well, it's a good thing Cultivate is gone too. That's one less outlet for him to get more mana. So we've got another land in play. We're going to play our Krenko's command, which gives us 2 1/1 goblin tokens, which means he won't be attacking. And if by some miracle we draw Goblin Rabblemaster, this is going to turn into quite a hell of a beatdown. Because I'm sure, as you guys are well aware, or even if you're not, Goblin Rabblemaster, he makes tokens on every combat. And if you decide to attack with Goblin Rabblemaster, he gets pumped up plus X plus O, I believe it is, for every other goblin that's attacking with him. So, or no, it's every other goblin that's on the field. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of those two. So we've got some damage that we can do. Equal to the number of... Okay, so this does damage to a creature based on the number of lands we control. That would be really stupid to do it on a 1/1. So let's go to combat. And why don't we just start attacking? Because why not? He'll probably just block. Yeah. There's no point in taking the extra damage, and this creature isn't as useful as it could be. And second main phase, we're going to play our second Krenko's command, so now we have 3 goblins versus his empty board. So not a bad start. I mean, again, I'd like to have a bit more of an aggressive approach to my opening hand, but of course, the RNG is sometimes not in our favor, and there's not much we can do about it. He's got no place for the turn, which means we're going to be playing this guy with Kicker and doing a lot of damage. And everything's going to get haste pumped up as well. So this guy's really cool. You can play him just for 1 and he's a 1/1, but if you kick him, which means if you decide to pay an extra 1, he gives everything else +1/+0 as well as haste. So we're going to be swinging in for 2, 4, 6, 8 damage, bringing him down to a healthy 11. Not very healthy come next turn, but I guess we'll see what he plays. If we get anything else that hastes, I think he's pretty much done for. If we get another one of these... Okay, well, at least he'll have a blocker. If we get another one of the Goblin Bushwhackers, he will have no choice to block with his face and his 1/1. Question is, does he have any other follow-up play for this? I guess not. So he's got 3 lands with 2 blue. I'm guessing... Oh my goodness, can I win here? No, I don't think I can win. I mean, I can take this from him, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that'd be a bit of a waste. So let's just do that. We'll go to combat. We'll swing for 4. He'll likely block the 1, so he'll take 3, bringing him down to 8. Yeah, he's gonna block this guy. God, guys, please turn off your damage effects. Please. Please, for the love of God. It just speeds things up. You know, if you don't know how to do it, I've got actually a great video on my channel, the tips and tricks in Magic 2015 that I did about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Go check that out. In fact, I think I'll put a link in the description for you. It talks about different things that you can do, some mild settings. Ooh, guys, I think we... Oh, we discard a card? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's discard this because we can always active treason his guy. So, but anyway, I'll put a link in the description for that. You guys can go check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. There's some nice tips and tricks. Oh, guys, I think this is the win. Oh no, we can't play both. 4, 5, 6. We can do 6 damage. I think we play Gutter Snipe first. I think so, and then we take his horror with active treason. But the really shitty thing is, see, if we play that, we'll do 2 damage to him, which would bring him down to 6, and then we would swing for 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can afford to attack with both of these, I think. And we're at 20 life, so if he hits us, it's not a big deal. My biggest concern right now is that he doesn't flash this in and out, because that would cause us to lose our active treason, and inevitably probably lose us the game unless we get another one off the top. But blue is very well known for having some bounce spells, so if he bounces this back to his hand right now, which doesn't look like he's going to do. Okay, so he's going to put a bunch of 1/2 tokens up. That's a bit of a problem. We're not going to block. But the fortunate thing is now with Gutter Snipe, it's so much easier to kill him so long as we just draw spells. So we didn't get a spell, unfortunately. God, I don't want to play this, but then... Yeah, you know what? I really don't want to play this. But I think I'm going to. So we're going to take his horror. We're going to take control of it. Do we get the enter the battlefield effect? No, we don't. And then we just attack with the horror. Might as well. So the Gutter Snipe trigger brought him down to 5 because we played a spell. He's going to block, so he's going to have 1 fewer tokens. On the next turn, we can use one of our tokens to block and hopefully draw some spells. What is he doing? Does he not realize he's getting this back at the end of turn? I guess not. Oh my god, he's just going to kill it. Or maybe he's got Rescue from the Underworld or something crazy like that, and he can just sack one of his tokens, bring it back, and force me to discard. Oh man, yeah. Well, or just that. He's just going to kill me with tokens. Oh, we're so close, guys. So I think he can only attack with 2 or 3 tokens here. No, he can attack with 4 tokens, decides not to. Oh my god, guys. Goblin Rabblemaster. Oh, but that's not good. That means that our Gutter Snipe has to attack, which kind of sucks. But I think at this point we've sort of lost the game anyway, to be honest, guys. I think we've lost the game. Because we're not drawing any spells. If he brings the Denrova Horror or whatever it's called back, we're going to be discarding anything that we have drawn anyway. So, interesting. So one of his tokens dies, big deal. He's still got 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 10 damage coming in. I mean, I can continuously block each one of them with my Rabblemaster, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Watch, now we draw some kind of stupid spell, and our Gutter Snipe is gone. I think I may have misplayed that. I think I should have held on to the Goblin Rabblemaster. But nevertheless, it does appear like the doom is of an impending nature. And he's going to do 9 damage to us. You know, right now... Here, let's just block one of these. I don't know if he's got pump up, but I don't think I care really at this point. I'm just going to lose the game. We'll take 8 damage, bringing us down to 8. And yeah, those are pretty good cards. Making a bunch of tokens for all the stuff you've got in your yard. This is what he played. And it's got flashback as well, which is absolutely insane. So spider spawning. Put a 1/2 spider creature token with reach onto the battlefield for each creature card in your graveyard. That is crazy. Oh my god, guys. We would have actually won with Gutter Snipe. Look at this. Oh. Let's hit him for 3. Why not? He makes a token. We could have won too with the Rabblemaster, but what to do? I don't think we're gonna attack with both. There's no sense. There's really no sense. Because we're just dead on the swing back, and I'm pretty sure we're just dead on the swing back anyway. He's probably got some kind of pump up or something, so let's just get this over with. And he has a 2 health, which kind of sucks. It would have been more opportune to get some more spells, but we didn't draw any, unfortunately. And I think I misplayed a little bit by sending the Rabblemaster. Oh, what is he doing? Yeah, he's keeping some stuff back. So we're going to be at 1 life. We're going to block with Rabblemaster. If I get an Anger of the Gods right now, I would be very, very happy. Does that do damage to players? I don't think so. I think it just does damage to creatures. What does he have? Guildgate? 3 cards in hand. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. This would have been useful. Wait a minute. I don't know. I don't think... Does it give it... No trample, just haste. Well, I think that's game, guys. Unfortunately, that's game, so a Goblin Rabblemaster is going to make a token. It's going to get pumped up, but it doesn't really matter. This is a sweet combo if you can get it going. And we might as well attack. I don't know, maybe he'll forget to block. I don't know. Maybe he'll forget to block. It would be nice if it had haste, or not haste, trample. If it had trample, that'd be fantastic, but... So those guys are gonna die, and he's gonna attack, and we're gonna die. That's gonna be it, guys. We've lost this game, unfortunately, due to a bit of a misplay on my part with that Skullcrack and the... It's just... Why is he just... Really? Well, he's just gonna kill us anyway, that's fine. I don't know why he decided to attack with 3, just 2 would have been enough. I have nothing in my hand. Okay, guys, let's move on to the third game. Hopefully no misplays next game. Okay, we're back for game 3 here, and this time our hand is looking a little bit better. So we will keep this. And let's play this, and... I don't know. I think I would rather save this for after I play my Krenko's command, so we're just going to pass our turn. And we will see what Brad Pute plays. Pute? I don't know. We've been over this, guys. Names with difficult pronunciations, I'm not a fan. So let's play Krenko's command, giving us our 2 1/1 goblins, and we'll pass the turn. So, let's see what Mr. Brad has in store for us. So far, we see green. Elvish Visionary, okay. I'm just going to start shocking everything. If this is an Elf Ball deck with that huge thing, Craterhoof, yeah. So here, let's play this. Okay, because why not? Pre-combat. And then he's going to get +1/+0 when this comes in, and then everything is going to get +2 and, sorry, +1/+0 when haste. So we're going to kick that. And on turn 3, we're going to be swinging in for 7, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9 damage coming at you, sir. Okay, so he blocks a 3/1 naturally. And he takes 6, bringing him down to 14. And it's a hell of a third turn, I'll be honest. Not too bad at all. We've got a shock here just in case he plays something bothersome. That's not really bothersome, but it does trade with our tokens, so I might be inclined to shock it. I'd like to save my spells just in case we draw our Gutter Snipe. Just because the Gutter Snipe does 2 damage. Every time you play a spell, the Gutter Snipe does 2 damage to your opponent, which is really good. Unfortunately, these little 1/1s here... Ooh, this is exactly what I wanted. We're just going to keep making 1/1 guys, so if he wants to trade up, no problem. Let's do it. We'll go into combat. I wish I would have been able to give the Rabblemaster haste. That would have been pretty sweet. So all goblins, unfortunately, have to attack with the Rabblemaster out, but there's 4 damage coming at him. He can block 2. And unfortunately now his creatures are dead, and he's going to be faced with 1 extra attacking creature each and every turn. And if he doesn't have anything to play for next turn, we can always attack with our Rabblemaster safely, which gets pumped up for each other goblin around. What is this? Is it 3/2? Masked Myers, okay. So, I think the plan is we're going to kill that at the end of his turn. I know we don't really have much of a hand left, but hey, it's mono red. What do you expect? We dump our hand and we win, or we go home. So let's go ahead and go into combat, and then we're going to swing with everything. And we will hit him for 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. And then we'll play that and pass the turn. And then if he's got any other problems coming our way, we can just blow it up with this. As we've got 4 lands, so if he plays anything with 4 toughness, it'll be... okay, so he's going to gain some life. That's fine. Unfortunately, I think he's just dead here. I remember back in Grand Prix Toronto, I believe it was about 1.5 years ago. Wow, I think we just win with straight up damage. But yeah, Grand Prix Toronto. I ended up playing in the Super Sunday Series event, and I did fairly well. I think I placed 32nd. Yeah, he's replaced with AI. He knows what's going on. And I was playing my mono red deck at the time, which was standard, and it did very, very well. I mean, out of probably about 170 people, I placed 32nd on that Sunday event, so I'm a big fan of mono red. It does quite well most of the time. Okay, guys, that's going to do it. Just stick around for the deck tech, and that'll be it. Okay, well, let's check out the deck tech for this particular deck. Obviously, it's just mono red goblins, so we go to our land base, and we're actually running 18 mountains. I thought we were running 20, but 18 seems to be enough. Mono red, what can I say? I'm a big fan. It's a lot of little tiny cheap creatures that all do things when they come in or when they die. And I don't know, it's a bit of a toss-up. I mean, not a lot of people like mono red. They feel it's too cheap. They feel you don't need a lot of skill to play it, but really, I think any deck requires a little bit of skill. You need to know what your cards do and how they interact with one another. And if you can figure that out, you'll probably play the deck very well, no matter what the deck is. So let's get into it here. We've got the quest for the Goblin Lord, which I don't think we really saw. We've just got 2 of those. Whenever a goblin comes into play, you can put a counter on it, and as long as it's got 5 or more counters on it, all of your goblins get +2/+0. Sorry, all of your creatures get +2/+0. So they don't necessarily have to be goblins, but with this kind of card, they probably will be. Then we've got our Goblin Arsonist for 1 mana. He's a 1/1. When he dies, he deals 1 damage to target player or creature. Makes trades into those 1/2s a little bit easier. We're just popping off something that's a little bit low on health, so not too bad. And of course the Foundry Street Denizen, 1/1 for 1, which was a big staple in my standard deck back in Innistrad. And well, just a little bit after Innistrad actually rotated out, so 4 of those in the deck. He gets bigger, he gets +1/+0 for each red creature that comes into the battlefield until end of turn, so he's a good little beat stick for 1 mana. The Goblin Bushwhacker, which we saw a couple of times in the games there, we've got 1/1 for 1. If you decide to pay an extra 1 mana, which is a pretty good mana dump, he gives all of your creatures +1/+0 in a haste, which is really nice. 4 Shocks goes without saying, 1 mana for 2 damage, not too bad at all. 3 Skullcracks at instant speed, you can do 3 damage, prevent all life gain for the rest of the turn, and it's 2 mana. Skipped 1. Then we've got our Goblin Shortcutter for 2 mana. He's a 2/1, and he makes it so that a creature cannot block when he comes into the battlefield. A better version of this would be probably Firefish Striker from Gatecrash. I'm not sure if he was in any other sets. If he was, do let me know in the comments, but Firefish Striker was really good. He was pretty much exactly the same as this guy. He was, I believe he was a 2/1 for 2, but his ability was Battalion. So if he attacked with 2 or more creatures, you can choose 1 creature on your opponent's side of the board that could not block that turn. Then we've got Krinko's Command for 2. We make 2 1/1 goblins. Pretty sweet. 4 of those cards. 2 of the Goblin Rabble Masters for 3 mana to get a 2/2. He makes a goblin every turn, on every combat rather, and he gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other attacking goblin. So it was attacking goblin. It was an attacking creature. It has to be a goblin. So he's really, really good. He helps you sort of win in tempo. I guess not really in tempo, but he in pretty much presence on the battlefield, I guess. Then, of course, our Gutto Snipe, which we didn't get to see too much. It's a 3 mana for 2. Sorry, it's a 2/2 for 3 mana. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, he deals 2 damage to your opponent. Not too bad at all. We've got 3 of those. Again, another card that we haven't seen in the games too much. The Raid Bombardment for 3 mana. Nice little enchantment that deals, whenever a creature that has 2 or less power attacks, it deals 1 damage to target player, or defending player. So we've got 2 of those. We've got 3 of the Seismic Strike for 3 mana, doing damage equal to the amount of mountains, or lands that you have to target creature. That'd be kind of funny if it was islands, though. And of course, we've got our Act of Treason, which we didn't get to use much at all for 3 mana. Get to take advantage of one of your opponent's creatures. You get to steal it for the turn. Unfortunately, I think it was just his strategy, the guy that we were playing against where we took his 4-4. I think it was his strategy to have that into his graveyard, so I don't think he didn't know what this card did. I think he just wanted to have it in his graveyard, but it's really nice. You get to untap it, it gains haste, and you get to smack your opponent in the face with their own creature. Nothing better than that. Unless, of course, it's Ogre Battle Driver. For 4 mana, you get a 3/3. It's not a great card by himself, but his ability is sort of the important thing. It's whenever a creature enters the battlefield, he gets +2/+0 and gains haste until the end of turn, which is really good considering the amount of goblins in this deck, which is quite a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much once again for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the blog. Lots of cool stuff going on over there. That's over at sspgaming.blogspot.com. Link on the channel page there for you, as well as the Google Plus page. So again, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you have any ideas for future deck techs, for future videos, do let me know as well. And we will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. See you next time.